Come on. Once again. Come on.
1, 2, here comes the 5, 6. Bizarre spit flow like the truffles hard sits. Come through, take down flag sticks. Is that sick glow like the around hotness? 1, 2, here comes the 5, 6. Bizarre spit flow like the truffles hard sits. Come through, take down flag sticks. Is that sick glow like the around hotness? Now here is something you can really feel. I'm just a man, I too have my Achilles heel. Fat beats, no blemish, stainless steel. Cold snap makes this so fat congeal. Warm it up and the consistency returns. Subpar raps, they make my guts turn. My people haven't got that kind of money to burn. Real underground earthworms, 5 halves learn. We ain't buying but they still be selling. That's off code, they be peddling. I don't try for the sake of riddling.
How's everybody doing today?
Think of the children.
Everybody's doing good. How's everybody doing? Everybody's doing okay? Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Nice. How is everybody doing? How's everybody doing? You can hear me okay? Oh, that's good. Same old? So, yeah, it's been a while. It's been almost a week, hasn't it? Not quite, but almost. So, how's everybody doing? Sana, you just had dinner? Okay. What did you have? Soul of Asia says, "Hi, mister." Hello. How you doing? Yeah, take your time. We have lots of time before we actually begin. We have nearly 30 minutes. So please take your time, do whatever you need to do before we begin. I'll see you in 30 minutes. I didn't put a specific title today, yeah. Actually, we're going to do pretty much what we did last time. We're going to go on Reddit. Mingnim, you had kimchijeon and beer. Sounds good. 하늘을 날다니, I'll grab some drink too. Okay, that's probably a good idea. What's today's topic? We're going to talk about experiencing having a breakthrough experience in your English learning journey, and also we're going to go on Reddit, just like we did a couple weeks ago. TZM Channing, I wonder why you changed the title. Yeah, at first I used the word breakthrough, but I don't know, the Korean word just felt so strange, and I just decided to change it. 참팔자 조견님, this is your first time joining the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. We have about 26 minutes left before we actually begin, so please take your time. Do whatever you need to do before we begin. I'll see you in a bit. You're doing this before the live stream for 30 minutes? Doing this? I'm not doing anything. I'm just saying hello. Yeah, we're just going to hang out. For about half an hour before we actually begin. Sonanim, hot coffee? No, this is not hot coffee. This is actually, it's just hot water with a little bit of honey in it. So I don't know if you can call that honey tea. I mean, does that qualify as honey tea? I don't know. But it's just hot water with just a little bit of honey in it. Joy Kim says, it's super windy today. Yes, it is. It certainly is. Monsol님, it's your first time coming here? You mean it's your first time joining the live stream? Welcome to the live stream. It's good to see you. Joy Kim님, you said it's super windy down here. Where are you? Are you in the danger zone? Where are you? I live in Bengaluru, India. How is the typhoon situation in Korea? Well, I'm not really in the danger zone, but I'm sure a lot of other people are. Can anybody explain? English breakthrough experience? Yeah. Over the last couple of years, I've seen 2 of my viewers experience having a breakthrough experience in their English learning journey. And I'm going to talk a little bit about that today because I think it's very important for everyone to know that such a thing is possible and it's not something that you can't achieve. It's very important for everyone to have a breakthrough experience. I'm going to talk about what that is, and I'm going to talk about how that can be achieved, and so on. Good for sore throat? I don't know. Big holidays is coming soon. Yes, you are right, Jenny Ko. There is a very big holiday coming up. Hope everyone is well. Yeah, me too. I hope everyone is doing okay. Do you believe 외계인이 있다는 것을 어떻게 말해요? Do you believe in aliens? Do you believe in aliens? Or you can ask, do you believe that aliens exist? Or do you think that aliens exist? That's another way to say it. As for me, yes, I definitely believe that there is intelligent life out there beyond our solar system, beyond our galaxy somewhere. I'm sure there is. Oh my god, we hang out with the best English teacher? No. If I am on any level a good English teacher, I would probably attribute that to spending a lot of time with you, because that's really what you need. You need to spend a lot of time with English. And if there's something that I'm good at, if I'm good at anything, that's probably what I'm good at. I'm good at spending a lot of time with you. I started to learn English again. Thank you for giving me good contents. Hey, it's my pleasure. Don't mention it. 안녕하세요. 호주에서. Oh, you're 임경님. You're in Australia. Awesome. I should probably keep this closed, right? So it stays warm. 벵갈루루, 인도 남부 도시 벵갈루루. Wow. You know, I have never been to India, and quite honestly, if you showed me a world map, I probably wouldn't be able to point where India is. I mean, that's my whole understanding and my overall understanding of geography is just really, really bad. It's embarrassing, really, but hey, what can I say? That's me, right? So yeah, I've never even been to India. I've never even I don't really know much about India at all. So how is life in India, Coffee Milk Neem? Can you tell us a little bit about what life is like in India? How about your area? Chuseok is around the corner, but the typhoon is coming sooner than Chuseok. Yes. When is it hitting Korea? Is it already within range? Oh my god, I am so glad to be here. How are you, Sam? Suhanim. Oh, hey, yeah, it's good to see you too. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. How are you doing? 누적 효과님, I made a big purchase recently. 많은 말이니까. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you made a big purchase recently. Sure. I got a 700,000 won worth of mixer. In this case, we don't say worth because you only bought one. So in this case, we would just say I got a 700,000 won mixer. Yeah. So you got a 700,000 won mixer to make bread easily. Oh, okay. That is a 700,000 won mixer. A mixer. Mixer. Okay. Is it? Yeah. Okay. That certainly does sound like an expensive mixer. Yeah. I hate it when typhoons come. Yeah, me too, D. Honey. I certainly hate it too. Jenny Coney, my friend who lives in Hoju, she said she's watching 선생님 영상. Okay. All right, wow. That's it's an honor. It's really great to know that there are a lot of people around the world watching. It's raining cats and dogs here. 몬솔님, where are you, 몬솔님? Where are you? Can you tell us where you are? Well, I mean, it has been raining pretty much all day here where I am as well. Where are you right now? 지구에서 하나뿐 영어 회화 몇 시마다 하는 건가요? 하루에 매일 하는 건 아니고요. We don't do this every day. We do this probably 2 or 3 times a week. And when we do them almost, it's almost always at 9 o'clock. But sometimes when I just feel like it, sometimes I do it in the morning, sometimes I do it a couple hours earlier, or sometimes even later. But it really depends. Hello, teacher. I changed my nickname. Anna Kim님. Anna Kim, what was your original name? What was your name before you changed it? 장재현님, 지수연님, I didn't know it's even possible to have any kind of breakthrough experience or whatsoever on one's English learning journey. Very intriguing. Yes, and I'm really not joking about this. I've actually been thinking a lot about it for the past couple of days. And I'll be talking about that today. 장정희님 says it's drizzling here now. Is it raining a lot there? Where are you talking about? India? 한번 가보고 싶은 곳이라던데요. Yeah. People who have been to India, when you hear people talk about their experience in India, it's usually really good. I haven't heard people say many bad things about that place. I recently get the autumn blues. Yes. I think I know what that is. 어제 약간의 소동이 있었는데 I think we don't need to get carried away with them. 약간의 소동이 있었다고요? Hello, I'm so happy to be able to join live stream today. Whenever we were warned of disaster, the only good thing about India life is that I can play golf with reasonable price, that's all. The only thing good about India is that I can play golf. Playing golf is cheap, you can just say. Playing golf is cheap. That's the only good thing. I'm sorry to hear that. 선생님 중간마다 노동되었다가 재생되다가 하네요. 다른 분들 그러시나요? 지금 그러세요? 일단 제 쪽에서는 it says I have excellent connection. So if there's something wrong, I don't know. If the internet is a bit slow, I really don't know what the problem is. Anna Kim YY님. Okay. So it's not too different from your other name. Okay. Good evening, everybody. 안녕하세요. Literally 폭풍 전야네요. 좀 무서워요. Yes, it certainly is. It's really scary. They say it's stronger than almost any other typhoon we had in a while. My boss said that it would be better to work from home tomorrow. Oh, okay. I mean, that's good that you have a boss who can be flexible like that. The forecast said it's going to continue raining until tomorrow. Hopefully it doesn't get too bad. Yeah, hopefully it doesn't get too bad, especially for the people down south in the southern area. I hope things are not so bad for them. Yeah, exactly. 서귀포입니다. 바람 많이 불어요. 서귀포. See, like I said, my geography is terrible. So where is 서귀포? Where is it? 인도 벵갈루르는 연중 기온이 다른 곳보다 낮아서 한국인들이 좋아하는 남인도 도심. 아하. I really didn't know that. I'm going to talk about I'm going to be talking about 같은 의미일까요? 의미가 같은지 다른지에 대해서 얘기를 하기보다는요. 쓰는 게 약간 그냥 let's see, how should I say this? 그러니까 I'm gonna talk about는 어느 상황에서든 써도 돼요. I'm gonna talk about. 근데 I'm gonna be talking about라고 굳이 하면은요. 제가 아까 그렇게 얘기했나요? 그렇게 굳이 얘기를 하면은 it means that you already have plans to do that. That you already have made plans to do that. 그렇게 할 계획을 이미 세우고 있다라는 그런 의미를 내포해요. Okay? Anyway. I've been to India several times, but never ever gone out of hotels. Okay, Rosie. India is kind of scary place, though, for a single woman traveler. So sad. Oh, is it? Is it a dangerous place? 큰일 났어요. 오늘따라 설거지가 산더미네요. Amy님. Hey, we still have about 15 minutes, so you can do the dishes in 15 minutes, can't you? I live in Jeonju. It started around 3 p.m., but it's terrifying now. I'm in Jeju. So windy. Oh, Joey Kimney, you're in Jeju. Yeah, it must be pretty bad there. You okay? I mean, from what I've seen on the news, it looks like it could the typhoon could actually blow away a house or something. I certainly hope nothing like that happens to you or anybody else. Decided to work from home tomorrow due to typhoon. Reported to team leader. Okay, sure. Hurricane and typhoon? I have no idea. Does anybody know? Does anybody know the difference between a hurricane and a typhoon? It could just be a difference in the naming or how we call it, but I honestly don't know. My daughter is told to go to work an hour late tomorrow because of the weather. Okay, I see. So she's not lucky enough to be working from home tomorrow. She does have to go to work, but they gave her an extra hour. Okay, it's better than nothing, I guess. Oh, 서귀포 is in Jeju. Oh, I had no idea. What I'm studying is to go abroad by myself. That's good, Jenny Co. That's a good goal to have. That's a good goal to have in mind. Ciao. Koreana Junin. You're speaking Italian. Does anybody know Italian? Does anybody know Italian? Can someone? Oh my gosh. Can someone actually translate this? I have no idea what she's saying. Oh jeez. 제주도에 서귀포와 제주시 두 시티가 있어요. Oh, really? It only consists of 2 cities? That's a lot smaller than I thought. You're in Busan, Ginny? Okay. Oh, how are you doing? Is everything all right? How are you holding up? I heard it's really bad there. I'm gonna follow you aggressively. What does that mean? Hi everyone. You're in the U.S., Jinnim? Okay. How are things in the U.S. these days? How's the COVID-19 situation? I've heard that in the U.S. you don't put pictures on CV. Is it true or it depends? Well, if I were to guess, I would say that it depends, but generally, from what I understand, pictures are not required on CVs, as far as I understand. And I've even heard in some cases they're illegal, or at least they're not. So companies are not allowed to request an image or a picture of the applicant. That, as far as I understand, but I wouldn't know for sure. I hear India is kind of dangerous for a woman alone to go for a trip. Possibly. I'm headed there. 로 쓰이기도 하나요? 현재 시내. 갈 거야. I'm headed there. Yes. Yeah, you can do that. You can. It is often used when you're talking about your plans to go somewhere in the future. Even if you're not actually on the move right now at the moment, they still use it like that. Sure. I just did dishes too. 위치에 따라 달라요. 발생 지점이 다르지 않나. 발생하는 지역의 차이로 알고 있어요. 아, hurricane and typhoon 발생 지점에 따라서 다른 거예요. Wow, I didn't know that. I mean, I'm probably gonna forget later on, but that's an interesting difference. That's an interesting thing. Cool. Oh, that's really interesting. Huh. I wonder why they decided to separate that. Teacher, how are you doing? Can I ask you one thing, please? 단어는 어떻게 외워야 할까요? 뜻도 여러 개라서 그냥 무작정 외워야 하는지 어떻게 외워야 이 단어들을 습득할 수 있을까요? 취미님. 일단 제가요. 다른 분들은요. 지금 여기 영어 공부하시는 분들 진짜 많아요. 다른 분들은 어휘는 어떻게 외우세요? 다른 분들 어휘 어떻게 외우세요? 문장 속에서 외우는 것이 좋을 것 같아요. 예문을 여러 개 외우기. 문장으로. 안 외우면 그냥 반복해요. 안 외우고 그냥 반복해요. 예문 여러 개 봐요. 문장과 같이. 제가 본 아이클이나 등에 나오는 어휘 외워요. 제가 본 아티클, 오케이. 입으로 계속. 그리고 문장의 맥락. 문장 속에서. 쌤 영상 통째로 다 외워요. 외워야 하는데 게을러서 안 외우네요. 단어를 안 외우고 문장 전체 스크립트 속에서의 그림으로 외우고요. interesting. 오케이. 문장으로 미드 보면서 모르는 단어 찾기. 거의 못 외우니까 항상 버벅대고 있지요. 예문 안 외우고 그냥 문장 나올 때 문장에서 뉘앙스 파악하고 외우는 게 제일 잘 기억나요. 외워야지 별수인가요? 별수인가요? 별수 있나요? I try to memorize a word in sentences. 일단 the most popular opinion seems to be to memorize or at least repeat. Keep looking at the whole sentence, not each vocabulary individually. 보고 또 봐요. Okay. 아까 질문해 주신 분이 누구였죠? 아까 질문해 주신 분이요? 찾아볼게요. Let's see. 누구였죠? 잠시만요. 취미님 지금 계시나요? 지금 이렇게 다른 분들이 말씀하신 거를 이렇게 보니까 어떠세요? 진짜 솔직히 얘기하셔도 돼요. 어떠세요? 이렇게 다른 분들이 단어 외우는 어떤 나름의 이제 뭐 그런 뭐 노하우라면 노하우라고 할 수 있을 것 같은데 이런 얘기를 보고 이렇게 들으니까 어떠세요? 저도 주로 문장으로 외워요라고 하셨어요. 오케이. Alright. Yep. Yeah. 혹시 뭐 다른 거를 뭐 하신 게 있었나? 제가 일단요 여러분이 영어를 공부하는 것에 있어서요 어떤 학습 방법에 대한 어떤 그런 궁금증이 생겼을 때요 일단요 누구한테 물어보기 전에요 저는 어떻게 하기를 꼭 추천해 드리냐면 한국말을 배우려고 하는 외국인이 한국말에 대해서 그 같은 질문을 했을 때 여러분이라면 어떻게 얘기를 할 건지를 생각해 보세요. 보통 그러면 답이 나와요. Okay? So, just think of what you would tell a foreigner as regards to how they should be learning Korean. Just think about that. Okay? 다시 얘기할게요. 영어를 그러니까 영어 문법, 영어 이런 거 말고 그러니까 그 전반적인 거 있죠. 영어를 배우는 데 있어서 어떤 그 학습 방법에 대해서 여러분이 궁금한 게 생기시잖아요. 그 궁금한 게 생길 때는 꼭 그거에 대한 답을 누군가가 알고 있을 거라고 기대하고 물어보지 말고요. 그 전에 일단 외국인이 한국어를 배우려고 하는데 그 같은 식의 질문을 했다고 가정하고 그 사람한테 여러분이라면 뭐라고 해줄 것인지 그걸 생각해 보세요. Okay? That's very important. That is very, very important. 그리고요, 여러분 절대 그렇게 생각하지 마세요. 나는 전문가가 아니니까 그거를 내가 어떻게 얘기할 수는 없어. That's not true. That's not true. 전문가의 도움이 있어야만 여러분 언어를 배운다라는 그 생각을 반드시 버리셔야 돼요. 그래서 사실 오늘 그 얘기도 조금 할 거예요. We're going to talk about that a little bit today. Okay? 언어는 그러니까 어느 언어를 하잖아요. 여러분 이제 지금 한국어를 하시잖아요. 여러분 중에 그 어느 누구도 한국어 다른 사람한테 가르칠 수 있어요. You can, if you wanted to. That is. Yeah, we have about 4 minutes left. 배경음악이 좋다고요? What is it? Okay. Yeah, it's been a while. 쌤, 또 하나의 질문이네요. 쌤, 궁금한 게 영어가 완벽하지 않아도 제2 외국어 공부해도 되나요? Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. Some people might say otherwise, but yes, I think absolutely yes. Absolutely. 이게요, 제가 여러분, I'm not trying to be modest. 제가 겸손하게 굴려고 그러는 게 아니라요. 이 사실이 진짜 중요해요. 제가 전문가라서 여러분이 찾는 게 아니라 제가 여러분과 시간을 같이 많이 보내기 때문에 여러분이 도움이 되는 거예요. 그게 여러분에게. 제가 여러분에게 도움이 되는 거는 제가 전문가라서가 아니라 이건 다시 말하지만 제가 이거는 겸손하려고 하는 게 아니라 이 사실을 여러분이 아는 것을 진짜 중요해요. 오케이? 이게 이거 어떻게 얘기해야 되지? 이걸 어떻게 표현하면 여러분이 좀 알아들을까요? 어떻게 얘기를 해 여러분이 좀 그렇구나 하고 이게 좀 와닿을까요? 오케이. 다시 얘기를 해볼게요. 제가 전문가라서 여러분이 저한테 도움을 받는 게 아니라 제가 여러분과 같이 지내고자 하는 시간이 많아서 여러분과 함께 하는 시간이 많기 때문에 여러분이 도움을 받는 거. Hey, someone back me up here. Someone back me. 누가 저 좀 지원해 주세요. 그렇다고 좀 해주세요. 맞다고 좀 해주세요. 그렇죠, 맞죠. 제가 무슨 얘기 하려고 하는 거죠? What am I trying to say? What am I trying to say here? What's my point? What's my point? 그거 보세요. 맞다잖아요. You know, listen to 봄님. See? 봄님 says that I'm right. My point is not that I'm no. Yes. 이거랑 it's something along these lines. 이거랑 비슷한 얘기인데요. 여러분이 달인이 되기를 바라는 게 아니라 여러분이 달인이 돼야 되는 게 아니라 그러니까 제가 예전부터 반복해서 많이 얘기를 해왔던 게 여러분이 필요한 거는요. 좋은 책, 좋은 강사, 좋은 강의가 아니에요. 여러분이 필요한 거는 시간이에요. 영어와 보내는 시간이 많아야 돼요. 오케이? 그동안 여러분 나름 영어에 많은 시간과 그걸 투자했다고 생각은 하지만 실제로는 no, it's not true. 영어와 시간을 많이 보낸 게 아니라 영어 강의랑 시간을 많이 보낸 거예요. 영어 강사들과 영어 책을 보는 데 시간을 많이 보낸 거지 실제로 영어를 활용하는 데 시간을 많이 안 보냈기 때문에 그게 제일 중요한 거예요. It doesn't matter who your teacher is. It doesn't matter how good the lesson is. It doesn't matter. The most important thing is how much time you spend using the language. And by using, I mean watching, listening, speaking, all of these things. All of these things, okay? Which is why we're going to do what we're going to do today. Which is why we're going to do what we're going to do today. Just give me a second here. Okay. 그래서 제가 그 얘기를 하는 거예요. That's what I've been trying to tell you. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. And again, it's not that it's not me being a professional or an expert doesn't really matter. What matters is spending a lot of time. Okay? Spending a lot of time with it. That's what matters. Okay? All right. Okay. 지금 마침 잠깐만. 혹시 오늘 여우도리님 오셨나요? 이 여우도리님이 그 여우도리님인가? Delicious intern님 와 계시나요 오늘? Delicious intern님, are you here? Delicious intern님. Yeah, okay. 지금 그 채팅창을 보시면은요 누적 효과님이랑 여우도리님 보이시죠? 그 두 분 보이시죠? 그 두 분이요. Now, I could be wrong about this, okay? Because everybody is wrong every now and then. So I could be wrong about this. But over the past couple of years, these two people have stood out to me. 이 두 분이 좀 눈에 좀 유독 띈 분들이에요. 영어가 많이 늘어서라기보다는 물론 이제 그것도 있지만 근데 그렇게 따지면 영어 느신 분들은 아마 꽤 많을 거예요. 제가 느끼기에는 적어도 여러분은 어떻게 느끼실지 모르겠지만 영어가 많이 늘었다기보다는 I believe from what I could tell those two people have experienced a breakthrough. Do you know what a breakthrough is? Do you know what a breakthrough is? What is a breakthrough? What is a breakthrough? 돌파고요. 야, 사전적으로는 그렇게 나오긴 하는데 뭔가 breakthrough. 그러니까 뭔가가 해결되지 않았던 게 뭔가 확 뚫리면서 뭔가 확 바뀌면서 뭔가 그 막혀 있던 거가 확 breakthrough. 그러니까 뭔가 해결되지 않던 게 해결되는 거예요. 오케이? 할렐루야요? No. Okay. It's kind of, I'm not going to say that it's not this. It's kind of like this. 약간 이런 것도 물론 있어요. But anyway, I think you know what I mean. 제가 무슨 얘기를 하고 싶은 건지 I think you know what I mean. Now, I'm sure there are others. There are more people besides 누적 효과님 and 여우도리님. But as far as I could tell, these two people have stood out. The reason is, like I said, not only because their English have improved, okay? Not only because their English have improved, but check this out. Check this out. 누적 효과님은 그 breakthrough를 경험한 지가 그래도 몇 달 되신 분인 것 같고요. Maybe even as long as a year. 어쩌면 뭐 길게는 1년까지일 수도 있고요. 여우도리님은 최근에 그 breakthrough를 겪고 지금 그 breakthrough를 경험하고 계시는 것 같아요. 오케이, 그렇죠. 뚫어뻥이요. breakthrough. 왜 breakthrough냐? 그 여우도리님이 최근에 그 레딧에 그 글을 이제 막 쓰기 시작하셨어요. 글을 쓰기 시작하셨어요. Reddit. 저번 몇 주 전에 저희가 Reddit 오늘도 할 건데 Reddit에서 우리가 같이 사람들이 올린 글을 보면서 그거를 독해를 하고 거기에 댓글 달고 이런 거 했잖아요. 여우도리님이 그걸 요즘 하고 계세요. 혼자서 하고 계세요. And from the looks of it, she 여우도리님, are you a woman? I'm gonna assume you're a woman because of your nickname. Okay, she is having a really fun time. She's having a really fun time. 여우도리님, is it true? I mean, that's what I felt. That's the kind of vibe that I got from some of what you said recently. But it looks like you're having a really fun time. Is that right? Is that correct? Are you having a fun time? Are you having fun? Are you having a fun time, 여우도리님? 오케이, 그래서 여우도리님이 이렇게 얘기하시네요. As far as I can tell, she's having a fun time. 오케이, 그게 왜 breakthrough냐? 그게 왜 breakthrough인지를 좀 얘기를 해볼게요. Let me explain why that's a breakthrough. Okay? Because she has made somewhat of a transition. Let me say that again. She has made somewhat of a transition from studying English to using English in real life. Let me say that again. The reason that I see this as a breakthrough, is because she has made somewhat of a transition from studying English to using English in real life. Okay? All right? Studying English from studying English to using English in real life. Okay? Now, is she using perfect English? Of course not. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how good her sentences are. It doesn't matter how accurate her grammar is. It doesn't matter, it doesn't matter how eloquent and how fancy her expressions are. No, it doesn't matter. What matters is that she is, in real life, she's interacting and communicating with foreigners. She's actually interacting and communicating with foreigners. That is amazing. That's an amazing thing to happen to someone who's learning English. Okay? Especially for people in Korea, for Korean people who are learning English in Korea. Okay, that's really hard. 그건 정말 어려운 거예요. Okay? 유리유니님, 여우도리님도 없어요. 여우도리님도 주변에 외국인이 없어요. Okay? 여우도리님도 주변에 없어요. Reddit에서 한다라는 거예요. Reddit. 그 커뮤니티 저번에 혹시 몇 주 전에 참석 못하신 분들한테 얘기하지만 저희가 오늘도 할 건데요. Reddit라는 커뮤니티 웹사이트가 있어요. 커뮤니티가 있는데 커뮤니티가 있는데, 그러니까 우리 커뮤니티 웹사이트가 있어요. 거기에 가면은요, 진짜 you can find almost any area of interest that you can think of. So anything that you can think of, that you can probably find huge community of people, huge communities of people who have that shared interest. Okay? So let's say you are interested in, I don't know, rare insects. Okay? Okay, let's imagine, let's assume that you are interested in rare insects, okay? You can probably go on Reddit and find large communities of people who are interested in rare insects, and you can hook up with them. They all come on the same community website, and they communicate. They share information. They share pictures, videos, all sorts of stuff. Okay? Reddit.com. 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 Okay? 그쵸? 근데요, 지금 보세요. 릴리님이 말씀하신 것처럼 it doesn't have to be Reddit. It doesn't have to be Reddit. It could be anything. It could be any other social media platform. It could be YouTube. YouTube is also a kind of a social media platform. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be Reddit. Okay? It doesn't have to be Reddit. It could be anything. Anywhere where people come online and communicate. Okay? All right? 자, 여기서 중요한 게 뭐냐면 많은 분들이 a lot of people assume, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching right now have that same way of thinking. But a lot of people assume Discord, sure, 이것도 좋고요. Discord도 좋고요. A lot of people assume that if you're not communicating face to face, it's not real communicating. But that's not true. That's not true. Think of you communicating in Korean. I'm sure you do a lot of communicating online, okay? No one can say that online communication is not real communication. Online communication is just as real as face-to-face communication. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Okay? Alright? 그리고요, 저번에도 한번 얘기를 한 적이 있는데 여러분이 외국인과 얼굴을 페이스-투-페이스로 대화를 하는 거가요 굉장히 어려워요. 해보신 분들은 아실 거예요. 그냥 평상시에 자주 할 수밖에 없는 사람들은 벌써 익숙해졌겠지만 안 해봤던 사람이 그걸 한다라는 건요 굉장히 무서워. It's a terrifying thing. It's a really, really scary thing. Okay? 그래서 온라인 상으로라도 그런 식으로 해봐야, 그런 식으로 간접적으로라도 해봐야 실제로 얼굴 봤을 때도 그게 굉장히 달라요. 그거를 안 해본 사람이랑 그거를 해본 사람이랑 it's very, very different. It's very, very different. 그렇죠? 전화 영어만 해도 굳어버린다고요. That's the case for a lot of other people. Okay? So, 그래서 그런 식으로 할 필요가 있어요. 이런 꼭 오늘은 이제 저희가 Reddit를 오늘도 이제 활용할 거지만 because it's convenient. 근데 it could be anything, any platform that you feel comfortable with. Okay? 그쵸? Any kind of, yeah, it could be Instagram, Facebook, anything. Okay? Anything. 자, 이게 왜 중요하냐면요. 이걸 하는 게 왜 중요하냐면 여러분 생각해 보세요. Why are we going through all this trouble to learn English? Why are we going through all this trouble? Why are we going through all this trouble to learn English? Why are we going through all this trouble? Why are we doing these 2.5 live streams 2 or 3 times a week? Why do you take the time and effort to watch these long and boring videos with my ugly face appearing on every screen? Why? Why do we do that? Why go through that trouble? Why go through that trouble? 그쵸? 영어로 소통하려고요. 그쵸? Because you want to, yeah, exactly, to communicate with English users. That's why you're doing this. Now think about this. Now this is it's obvious. It's an obvious reason, right? It's an obvious reason. But think about this. When will you be ready to do that? When will you be ready to do that? How do you know you will be ready to communicate with foreigners? How do you know? The answer is there's no such thing as being ready to communicate with the foreigner. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as being ready. There's no such thing as not being ready. You do it or you don't. That's it. Okay? You do it or you don't. Okay? And you know what I feel? I feel that as English learners, okay, you and I, as English learners, we often forget why we're doing this. We often forget why we're going through all this trouble. And we never make that next step. We never take that next step to actually talk to a foreigner. Okay? That's the case for a lot of people. That's the case for most people, actually. Most people just keep studying. That's it. Most people keep studying and they never take that next very obvious step of actually communicating with the foreigner. Why? Probably because they're scared. Probably because they're scared. And because of that fear is telling you don't do it. That fear is telling you don't do it because it's really scary. And that fear is telling you you're not ready. That fear is telling you you're not ready. 물론 여러분이 영어가 엄청 초보면은 물론 이제 공부에 좀 더 이제 시간을 많이 보내야 되는 건 당연히 that's we don't even have to say that. That goes without saying. 오케이? 그거는 당연히 맞는 건데 근데 지금 여기 본 채널이잖아요. 그렇죠? 본 채널 여러분이 뭐 예를 들어서 뭐 프렌즈 시트콤을 보면서 뭐 대부분 그냥 진짜 한 80% 이상 다 이해는 해요. 80%는 딱 들으면 그냥 이해를 할 수 있는 정도예요. 그러면은 가야 돼요. Then you have to take the next step. You have to go and actually start communicating with foreigners in real life. Okay? In real life. 그쵸? This is the problem. 실수할까봐 그쵸? 그냥 그러면 얼마나 좋을까 하면서 계속 그냥 공부만 계속해요. That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay? That's the problem. 두려움이요? 엄청나게 많이 부딪히기 전까지는 절대로 사라지지 않아요. 실제로, this is a good question. It's a very good question. Okay? That fear will never go away by itself. Okay? That fear will never go away by itself. The only way to overcome the fear is to actually face it. Is to face it, let the fear come, experience the fear, and just slowly grow out of it. The only way is to slowly grow out of it. That's the only way. That's the only way. Okay? Yeah, exactly. 그래서 제가 오늘 하고 싶은 얘기 중에 하나는요. 일단 이 얘기 빨리 끝내고요. 오늘 이제 레디트도 저희가 같이 가서 저번처럼 할 건데 여러분이 지금 이렇게 영어 공부를 하는 이유가 분명히 있어요. 외국인과 대화를 하기 위해서고요. 근데 중요한 거는 그 외국인과 대화를 할 수 있는 상태가 되는 시점은 없어요. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as being ready to speak with a foreigner. There's no such thing. 그리고요. 아무리 미리 공부를 이만큼 해도요. 처음 하면은 잘 안 돼요. 안 될 수밖에 없고요. 형편없는 영어가 나오고요. 그럴 수밖에 없고 무섭고 that you can't go around that. There's no way around that. Okay? 그냥 해야 돼요. 그냥 해야 되고요. 그래서요. 다시 얘기하자면 여러분이 물론 아주 기초자면은 이제 공부를 하는데 더 시간을 많이 보내는 건 맞지만 뭐 예를 들어서 그런 진짜 가벼운 내용의 시트콤이나 그런 미드 같은 거 있죠. 아주 가벼운 내용들. 그거가 그냥 어느 정도 그러니까 Friends가 가장 대표적인 예인 것 같아요. 진짜 그냥 일상 속에서 별 볼 일 없는 그런 진짜 유치한 그런 수준의 그런 내용들을 딱 들었을 때 그냥 어느 정도 다 알아듣겠고 하잖아요. 그럼 어느 정도 뭐 따라도 할 수 있겠고 하면은요. 일단 외국인과 소통하는 그 실전을 겪어 보셔야 돼요. 그래서 그거를 바로 하셨으면 좋겠어요. 오케이? 어쩔 수 없어요. 이런 마음을 그냥 안고 그냥 하는 수밖에 없어요. 왜냐하면 바로 이러한 마음 때문에 그냥 평생 공부만 하다 끝난다니까요. 오케이? 그래서 다시 얘기하지만 그리고 누적 효과님은요. 지금 여기 계시는지 모르겠는데 누적 효과님 같은 경우는요. 그 breakthrough experience가 언제쯤 오신 것 같냐면 I don't know exactly when. Maybe she can tell us right now, but she started spending a lot more time communicating with her fellow foreign teachers. Am I right about this? 누적 효과님, are you here? 누적 효과님 같은 경우는요, 그 breakthrough moment가 I think she started having her breakthrough moment when she started spending a lot of time talking to her fellow foreign teachers, and from as far as I can tell, she before she started doing that, she spent a lot of time studying. She spent a lot of time studying by herself with materials, of course, with videos, books, and whatnot. But once she took that next step and started communicating with foreigners, I think she had her breakthrough moment, and she really enjoyed it. She probably didn't use perfect English, but it didn't matter. Okay? It didn't matter. Okay, that's right. So, 그거와 관련해서 자, 지금 보이시는 거 있죠? 지금 여기 보이시는 거 있죠? 화면에. 이게 여우도리님이 잠시 보자. 잠깐만요. 누적 효과님이 뭐라 하셨네요. 첫 브레이크through는 빨모생 강의 스크립트 수백 개를 다 통째로 외웠을 때요. 매일매일 1년 정도. 오케이. No. 그리고 제가 한 가지 또 얘기를 하고 싶은 게 물론 okay, that's important too. 그것도 중요하지만요. 제가 breakthrough라고 하는 거는요. 그 보통 그 잠시만요. 보통 영어를 공부하는 한국 사람들한테 오케이? 영어를 공부하는 한국 사람들이 있으면은요. 한국 사람들이 보통 어떤 그런 엄청난 breakthrough를 겪었다라고 할 때는 보통 어떤 새롭고 뭔가 혁신적인 그런 학습법을 만났을 때 그거를 breakthrough라고 약간 그 보는 그런 경향이 있어요. 제가 무슨 얘기 하려는지 아시겠어요? 오케이? 보통 와 이건 대박이다. 이거는 완전 신세계다. 이렇게 느끼는 게 신세계다라고 느끼는 게 보통 엄청난 학습법을 만났을 때. 오케이? 엄청난 학습법을 만났을 때. But the way I see it, that is not a breakthrough. That is not a breakthrough. 그거는요. breakthrough가 아니에요. That's not you just found another way to study. You just found another way to sit at your desk and study English. That is not a breakthrough. That's like buying a new phone. 그거는요. 그냥 애플에서 또 엄청난 기능을 탑재한 아이폰을 하나 사는 것 같은 그냥 그 정도예요. That's it. That's not a breakthrough. That's not life-changing. No. It's those kind of things they happen like every other month. Okay? 진짜 breakthrough는요. 진짜 breakthrough는 그 누적 효과님과 그리고 여우도리님 그리고 이제 그 외에도 이제 얘기를 안 해서 제가 이제 안 보였을 뿐이지 분명히 있을 거예요. 근데 진짜 breakthrough는 공부를 하다가 실전으로 넘어가는 거예요. 실전. 그리고 그게 왜 중요하느냐? 여러분이 공부를 통해서 배우는 거랑요. 실전 경험을 통해서 배우는 거는요. 그 양도 어마어마하게 다르고요. 그리고 그 배우는 그 퀄리티가 엄청나게 달라져요. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. It's very, very different. Okay? 그래서 you have to take that next step. 그리고 그런 분들도 많아요. 지금 그러니까 초보자는 이제 넘어섰고 중급쯤에서 중상급쯤에서 잘 안 는다 뭐 이런 분들이 많은데 그런 분들이 이제 그걸 하셔야 되는 거예요. 그런 분들이야말로 정말 이제 you have to take that next step to actually communicate with foreigners in real life. Okay? All right. Okay. 맞아요. Exactly. 그러니까 이게 문제예요. 제가 지난 며칠 동안 이거에 대해서 엄청나게 고민을 많이 해봤어요. 이게 뭘 나타내는 거냐면 공부만 하는 거랑 그러니까 공부를 하는 거랑 실전이랑 이게 이제 어떻게 보면 실전이 that's the next step. That's the obvious next step. 그리고 그 next step을 너무 미루면 안 돼요, 절대로. 저는 그 결론에 도달했어요. 공부만 하면 안 돼요. 공부만 하는 게 아니라 실전으로 넘어가야 돼요. 그래야 좀 더 정상적으로 배우는 것 같아요. 그게 언어를 배운다라는 거는요. 언어를 배운다라는 게 공부만 하는 게 아니라 실제로 활용을 하면서 배워야 되는 게 맞는 것 같아요. I think that's really important. That's really important. Okay? 그리고요, 여러분이 만약에 오늘 이 얘기를 통해서 여러분도 나도 그래 소셜 미디어 또는 뭐 레딧 어디 가서 외국인들이 쓰는 글 잘 읽고 나도 답글 달고 나도 글도 새로 올리고 그 글에 댓글도 받고 이렇게 커뮤니케이션을 해야지 이런 거를 여러분이 하는 과정에서요 절대로 여러분이 막 좋은 표현을 써야 되고 수준 높은 말을 해야 되고 막 문장이 다 맞아야 되고 no. Always remember that communication is the most important thing. So let me show you something really quick here. 지금 아까 잠깐 보여드렸던 게요. 지금 이거 보이시죠? 이게 여우도리님이 올리신 글이에요. 지금 이게 여우도리님이 올리신 글이에요. 레딧에 올리신 글이에요. 보세요. How can I be more confident? confidence가 아니죠. How can I be more confident인데 명사로 썼지만 그래서 뭐가 폭발했나요? 잘못 써서 문제 생겼나요? 사람들이 막 테러를 하나요? No. 그런 일 절대 없었어요. Nothing bad happened. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. 문법을 실제로 외국인들과 소통하는데 문법을 잘못 쓰셨어요. But nothing bad happened. Nothing bad happened. And everyone understood what she's trying to ask. Everyone understood. Okay? 그래서 이런 식으로 이제 흔히 여러분들이 많이 걱정하는 영어에 대한 자신감에 대한 질문을 올리셨어요. Okay? Alright, 올리셨어요. 자, 이거에 대해서 일단 첫 댓글 볼까요? 보세요. Hey, thanks for posting. I can definitely understand your English clearly. Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! I can definitely understand your English clearly. 아마 지금 여기 지금 들어가잖아요. 그러면은 아마 오류 되게 많을 거예요. 막 관사 잘못 쓰고 뭐 전치사 그런 거 아마 있을 거예요. 막 단수 복수 틀리고. But look, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can definitely understand your English clearly. Honestly, practice makes perfect here. Okay, let's see what else the person said. If you want to improve your English and gain confidence, you need to spend time using the language. That's exactly what I've been trying to say for all these freaking years. Generally, look at this. Generally, people appreciate the fact you are trying to learn their language. I mean, what? I think Korean people should get a medal. Look at that. I mean, think of all the time and effort that you spend. How much you've suffered trying to learn their. 아니 진짜 그렇지 않아요? 그 언어를 배우려고 진짜 우리가 고생한 걸 생각하면 진짜 다 상 줘야 돼요. 한국인한테 다 상 줘야 돼. Look, generally people appreciate the fact that you are trying to learn their language because we all know how tough it is to learn a language. 그리고 이거 잠깐 보실래요? 댓글이 200개가 달렸어요. 여우도리님이 지금 이렇게 하셔서 댓글이 200개가 달렸어요. So in a way, she is communicating with 200 people at the same time. Of course, okay, let's assume that nobody uploaded this. Of course, there may have been some comments from the same person, but let's just say, it's still a lot. It's still a lot. Look, also, accept the fact that English has some of the dumbest and most confusing grammar rules around, and it is okay to not be perfect with speaking or writing all the time. True. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Look, I actually find it far easier to understand this is kind of a different tone, but let's just read it. I actually find it far easier to understand a non-native English speaker that just casually talks their version of English than trying to shyly and accurately speak precise 10th grade. What is AP? I don't know what AP is. 10th grade English. Slap your wrist if you don't write cursive English. Yeah. Let's move on. Let's see. Okay, look at this. It's also true that English grammar is pretty forgiving. 뭔가가 forgiving 하다라는 것은요. 그러니까 잘못 써도 괜찮은 그런 여지가 있다는 얘기예요. It's also true that English grammar is pretty forgiving as far as languages go. Okay? With many word orders acceptable with often the same meaning. Yeah, okay. So 우리가 이미 다 아는 얘기를 해주는 거예요. 그러니까 뭐 같은 얘기를 여러 가지 방법으로 할 수도 있고 딱 정해진 답이 없고 그리고 문법도 항상 좀 약간 다르게 써도 괜찮은 그런 여지가 항상 있다는 그런 얘기를 하고 있어요. 오케이? Alright. 어쨌든. And 네. 그냥 이거 하나의 예시로 보여드리고 싶었어요. 오케이? 하나의 예시로 보여드리고 싶었어요. Studying and actually using English. Studying English, actually using English in real life and communicating with foreigners. That's a big step. That is a big step. Okay? That is a big step. 그리고 여우도리님은요. 영어에 관해서만 올리신 게 아니에요. Okay? 아마 많은 분들이 여기 계실 많은 분들이 만약에 이거를 이제 하신다면 또 이제 영어 공부에 관한 얘기를 또 하실 수도 있어요. 근데 I wanna suggest that you try asking about other things. Not about learning and speaking English and learning English and studying English, but about more normal things, other normal things. Okay? Okay. 네, 그랬으면 좋겠어요. Right? 아무튼 이걸 한번 보여드리고 싶었어요. 왜냐면 여기 계시는 물론 이제 여러분이 다 영어가 같은 그런 수준은 물론 아니겠지만 어쨌든 지금 이것보다요 훨씬 더 못 써도 괜찮아요. 훨씬 더 못 써도요 막 사람들이 너 영어 왜 그러냐라고 하는 사람은 아마 한 명도 없을 거예요. 오케이? Alright. 지금 이거 URL 지금 띄울게요. 지금 방금 저희가 보고 있는 여우도리님 글 이거 URL 지금 이거예요. 오케이? 나중에 보고 싶으시면 보셔도 되고요. Anyway, 어쨌든 제가 계속해서 강조하고 싶은 것은 실제로 영어로 쓰는 거예요. 너무 두려워하지 마세요. 그리고 웬만하면 빨리 시작하세요. 오케이? 엉망이 돼도 상관없으니까요. 하세요. Alright? Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to Right. 저희가 오늘 볼 Reddit은요. Sam, you must be really proud. Yes, I am very proud. I'm proud, and at the same time, I am how should I say this? It also leaves me with so much unfulfilled desire. It leaves me with so much unfulfilled desire because I know that many more of you are capable, are more than capable of doing this. But because of fear, I know that many of you, probably most of you, will never do this. Yeah. Most of you will probably never do this. Why? Because of fear. Yeah, because of fear. 누가 그렇게 말을 했었더라? A very wise man once said that I don't remember exactly which words he used, but he said that fear has defeated more men than any other one thing in the world. 그 얘기 들어보셨나요? Have you heard of that? Have you heard of that? Fear has defeated more men. Fear has defeated more men than any other one thing in the world. Fear. 그러니까 해석을 하면은요, 세상의 그 어떤 것보다도 사람을 가장 많이 정복시킨 것은 두려움이라고 그랬어요. 세상에 그 어떤 것보다도 가장 많은 사람들을 정복시킨 게 아니라 굴복시킨 거죠. 뭐라고 했지? 세상에 그 어떤 것보다도 가장 많은 사람들을 굴복시킨 것은 두려움이라고 했어요. Okay? So, and so that's who we are. We're people, and we are afraid, and we don't want to be afraid. So, but again, I want to encourage. Look, 그래서 보여드리는 거예요. Look, 여우도리님이 뭐 엄청난 재능을 타고난 뭐 그런 분일까요? Probably not. Probably not. She just did it. 여러분도 웬만하면 모르겠다 그냥 I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? The worst thing that can happen is somebody can comment very bad things. That's the worst thing that can happen. Okay? And you should not be affected by that. Okay? Don't be affected by that. That is true. That is true. All right. Okay. You ready to move on? You ready to move on? Okay. 그래서요. 그리고요. 다시 얘기하지만 마지막이에요. 진짜 짧게 얘기할게요. 다시 얘기하지만 꼭 이거가 아니어도 괜찮아요. It doesn't have to be Reddit. It doesn't even have to be social media. If you are willing to pay some money and sign up for some classes at an English academy, 어떤 영어 학원에 여러분이 등록해서 그 수업도 이제 가고 이제 그럴 의향이 있으시면요, that's a really good way. 실제로 그렇게 해서 외국인을 만나서 얘기도 해보고, that's a really good way. 그렇게 하는 것도 아주 좋은 방법이에요. 오케이? 그래서 여러분이 돈을 좀 들여서 학원에 등록할 의향이 있으시면요, that's a really, really good way. Okay? This is absolutely free. 이거는 완전 공짜고요. Okay? 클럽하우스요. 저는 클럽하우스가 뭔지는 모르겠어요. 뭔지는 모르지만 어쨌든 외국인과 여러분이 어떤 식으로든 소통을 할 수 있는 그런 기회를 만들어 준다면요, I think you should do it. Okay? I think you should do it. All right. Okay, let's move on. Okay, first one today. First one today. 지수연님, I feel the same way. I don't think I've spoken so. I don't think I've given so much of. I don't think I've ever put in so much soul in talking about something. But I think that that only proves how important this is. This is just so important. Yeah, that's true. Okay. All right. So let me read this. 이거는요. 뭐 큰 내용 없고 딱 제목만 있어요. What are useful and fun ideas to prepare for the birth of a child? For a birth of a child. 뭐지? Okay. So what are useful and fun ideas to prepare for the birth of a child? So like email account for memories. 여도리님 여기에 댓글 달으셨다고요? Okay, that's great. 이거 뭐야? There's a moth. Do you see that? Hey moth, you can't be here. Hey, this is where I work. Yeah, okay. I'll be right back. All right. Where was I? Okay. So, what are useful and fun ideas to prepare for the birth of a child? So, what do you guys think? 몇 가지 읽어볼까요? Oh, okay. Take a picture of your stomach every day. Interesting. Okay, 그거 하나 쓸까요? Take a picture of the mother's, because it may not be this person, so of the mother's stomach every day until the child is born. What else? Okay, so let me read that again. Take a picture of the mother's stomach every day until the child is born. Open a bank account in the child's name. What was the question? The question is, what are useful and fun ideas to prepare for the birth of a child? What are useful and fun ideas to prepare for the birth of a child? Deciding baby's name? Don't you think they've already done that? Okay. Actually, let's go through some of the people's ideas here. Okay, so bank account or create a living trust in order to set up assets for their future. Whoa, my gosh, so it's all about money, is it? Yeah, it's all about money. Oh, a newspaper published on the child's birthday. Interesting. A newspaper published on the child's birthday. That's interesting. I think that's an interesting one. Yeah. I think that's an interesting one. Sure. Buying some stocks for the baby? How do you buy stocks for the baby? To name a prenatal name? Oh, like a nickname, you mean? Like buddy? Give the child a letter so the child can read it in the future. Write a letter. Write a letter so the child can read it in the future. Okay. All right, let's take a look at some others. Let's see. I liked the recent tip to add them to your credit card as a user so it helps their credit for when they... Wait, can you add... Wait, is there such a system? Add them to your credit card. Can you do that as a user? Add them to your credit card as a user? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so you can see it, right? So it says, add them to your credit card as a user. Add them to your credit card as a user so it helps their credit for when they are old enough. You can? Yeah, exactly. Is it even possible? Is that possible? That's Yeah, I don't know if they allow that. Oh, technically it is possible? Yikes. Okay. Another person says, save a web page in their name. All right. I don't know. What do you guys think about that? So I guess this person is trying to say save a web domain in their name. I don't know if that's such a good thing to do. Try writing your feeling every moment you and your baby are together. It would be a great present. I think some of you actually said something similar to this in the comments. 여러분이 채팅으로 이거랑 약간 비슷한 얘기를 하신 분들 몇 분 계셨던 것 같아요. 그런 분들은 이제 특히나 잘 보세요. Try writing your feeling every moment you and your baby are together. It would be a great present. 자, 이분도 보세요. 관사 뺐잖아요. A great present라고 했어야 됐는데 어를 안 했잖아요. 그쵸? 괜찮아요. Of course it could have been just a typo, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. 여우돌이님이 이게 여우돌이님 거라고요? 이게 여우돌이님이에요? This is yours? Oh, okay. See? Look. 하라니까요, 이렇게. 네. 자, 보세요, 여러분. 지금 보고 계시는 분들. 그래, 나 저 정도는 그래도 나도 비슷하게 약간 쓸 수 있을 것 같긴 한데 그런 분이라면은요. 여러분이 지금 여기에 지금 와서 이런 식으로 그들과 교류를 안 할 이유가 없어요. Okay? 하시라고요. Okay? It's really important that you do this. 공부하는 것보다 이게 훨씬 더 재밌어요, 실제로. Okay? All right. All right. Okay. Okay. 일단, all right. So take a picture of the mother's stomach every day until the child is born. Open a bank account in the child's name. A newspaper. Buy a newspaper published on the child's birthday. And frame the front and make a frame of the front page. I don't know, something like that. Okay. write a letter so the child can read it in the future? Okay. Sure. All right. All right. Okay. So we'll comment this. 여러분이 하신 것처럼 이거 올리고요. All right. Okay, next. Next one. So I thought this was kind of interesting. 여도리님, did you comment on this one as well? Oh, this wasn't as interesting too. Open a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel to record every moment to look back sometime later when they are old enough. That's actually a really good idea, like a video diary, right? A video diary of the child. Yeah, starting from day one, upload a video every day on YouTube. I'm sure a lot of people actually do that. I'm sure a lot of people actually do that. That's actually a good idea. I mean, it could be like an online album, right? A video album of the baby, right? Okay, so let's take a look at the next one. Let's take a look at the next one. All right. So, how can I get better at living alone? Do you understand this question? How can I get better at living alone? All right. Let's read it. I am the worst at living alone. I'm 23 years old and have only lived with roommates until last year. For about 10 months, I've lived alone, and between work, social life, and other obligations, I barely have time to maintain my space. I can barely remember what and when to clean. I've left my iron on, my gas running in my shower, my kotatsu on. I don't know what a kotatsu is, but faucets running, 수돗물을 틀어놓는다는 거, 수도꼭지를 열어놓는다는 거죠. Gas stove burning. Most recently, I fell asleep. 잘못 썼네요. I fell asleep with my faucet running and woke up to my neighbor banging on my door because there was water pouring in his ceiling. A few weeks ago, I left bad mushrooms in my trash can and fruit flies laid hundreds of eggs. I just feel like an idiot because no matter how many notes I leave myself and how confident I get, I always mess something up. It feels like everyone knows how to live alone except me. But I want to get better at maintaining my space. I'd appreciate any advice I could get. Thank you. So, what do you guys think? 자, 여기서 혹시 궁금하신 거요? 여기서 좀 뭐 인상적인 표현이라든가 아니면은 잘 모르겠는 거. 저는 사실 kotatsu가 뭔지는 모르겠거든요. I don't know what a kotatsu is. What is a kotatsu? Hire someone for help? 코타츠? 코타츠가 뭐죠? 코타츠가 뭐예요? 아, 온열기구예요? 아, 일본 난방 방식. 아, 일본식 히터예요. 아, 오케이. Okay. I see. I didn't know what it was. Okay. I understand now. I understand now. Just move out. It's the best simple way to be better. Move out, but the problem is the person doesn't know how to live alone. Is having trouble living alone. It's not a problem with this with his house or apartment. The person is having trouble living alone. You don't have a way? Only 23. Oh, okay. All right, let's see. You know, I think I like the direction of this advice. Okay, what do you guys think? I think I know what Olive One is trying to say with this, and I kind of like the direction of this advice. What do you guys say? What do you guys think? I kind of like the direction of this advice. So, yeah. Try becoming a minimalist. Remove all non-essential things. Appliances, furniture, etc. That's actually really good advice, right? That's actually really good advice. Yeah. And also don't do anything. Is that too much? Is that too much? Don't do anything? Don't do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. How about that? Don't do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. I mean, hey, yeah. Like, okay, so it's not like minimalist, it's more like an essentialist. Do you know what have you ever heard of essentialism? Not minimalism, but essentialism? Take notes to write every routine you should remember. Yeah, essentialism. I'm sure some of you heard of the essentialism. Nobody has heard of essentialism. I think essentialism is a much more it's like a more advanced version of minimalism. 그쵸? 본질주의. 그러니까 이런 거예요. 가구를 최소화하되 있는 가구는 비싼 걸로. 옷도 최소화하되 있는 옷은 비싼 걸로. 약간 그런 게 essentialism이에요. 야. 그리고 여러분이 하는 것도 최소한 하되 하는 거는 제대로. That's essentialism. That is essentialism. 만나는 사람을 최소화하되 만나는 사람이랑은 끝까지 정말 제대로 만나고요. 제대로 만나는 게 뭐지? But you get the idea, right? You get the idea? Anyway. Okay, so 약간 반장. I think when we comment on these posts, 이런 글에 저희가 코멘트를 달 때요, 약간의 그때 약간 그 컨셉을 좀 잡아가면서 하는 것도 괜찮을 것 같아요. 이게 좀 극단적으로 가보죠 이번에는. Okay, so try becoming minimalist or an essentialist. Remove all non-essential appliances, furniture, etc., and also don't do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Use alarms. Okay. Set up many alarms. Set up alarms to remind yourself to do things you often forget. Does that make sense? 잠깐만요. 여도리님이 이렇게 하셨다고요? Firstly, I don't judge you. Just I'm a little worried about your health. Not health, but your safety. Safety라고 하는 게 더 나을 뻔했네요. But that's okay. And if I were you, I would stay home after work and start little petty things. What about starting to throw away trash first? Okay, I think that's a good direction as well. So for instance, we can say 왜 안 되지? 됐구나. Okay. Set a specific time. And during that time you will only do chores and make sure everything is make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. How is that? Set a specific time, and during that time, you will do chores and make sure you will only do chores and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. Is that okay? Say an hour. 이 say가요. 이 say가 그러니까 그런 거예요. 그러니까 for example랑 비슷한 건데, 뭐 말하자면 뭐 1시간 정도 뭐 약간 이런 식으로 얘기를 하는 거예요. 그래서 이거를 말로 만약에 한다면요. Set a specific time and during that time, say an hour, you will only do chores and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. 오케이? 약간 그런 거예요. 그죠? 뭐 가령이 약간 그런 느낌인가? 아무튼 for example 대신에 say 많이 얘기를 해요. Say. So set a specific time, and during that time, you will only do chores and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. Sure. 네, 이거는요. 이거는 말할 때만 이렇게 해요. 글 쓸 때는 안 해요, 보통. 물론 이제 채팅할 때는 상관없지만 지금처럼 그냥 이렇게 casual하게 소통할 때는 많이 쓰는 건데요. formal하게 쓰는 writing에서는 안 쓰고요. Okay? Say. So again, set a specific time, and during that time, say an hour, you'll only do chores and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. And let's say go around the house and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. Okay? 그러니까 집안을 돌아다니면서 그쵸? 그 얘기를 한번 추가해봤어요. Set a specific time, and during that time, say an hour. Hour is too long. Half an hour, right? Say half an hour. You'll only do chores and go around the house and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. Okay? All right. 이 정도로 하죠. 이거는. Okay? All right. So 다시 읽어볼게요. Try. You can always. You can always가 들어가면서 어떤 느낌이 좀 살죠? You can always. You can always. 어떤 느낌이 들죠? You can always라고 하면은 언제든지 시도할 수 있다. 오케이, 맞아요. 언제든지 할 수 있다는 얘기인데요. 그 말 속에는 어떤 의미가 내포돼 있죠? 어떤 의미가 내포돼 있죠? 너만 안 하는 거? No. 이거 해봐봐? No. 조심스럽게 제안? No. 이거를 잘 모르시는구나. 이걸 잘 모르시는구나. 오케이. 이 you can always 이렇게 하면은요. 물론 항상 그런 느낌이 드는 건 아닌데요. 그런 느낌이 드는 경우가 많아요. You can always라고 하면은 다른 거가 효과가 없다면 뭐 최소한 이렇게라도 할 수는 있을 거다. 그러니까 이 방법은 늘 있기 때문에 다른 게 통하지 않으면은 뭐 이렇게 하는 방법은 언제나 있다. 약간 이런 느낌이에요. 혹시 그런 느낌으로 이해하고 계셨었나요? 네. 그런 느낌이 있어요. 그런 식으로 써요. Well, you can always do this. You can always do that. 그렇게 많이 써요. You can always는요. Okay? 그러니까 이 always라는 말이 항상이잖아요. 항상. 그렇다는 얘기는 상황이 어떻게 되더라도 이 방법은 늘 있다. 그러니까 다른 게 통하지 않더라도 뭐 이렇게 하는 방법은 언제나 있다. 그러니까 그래서 보통 이 표현을 쓸 때는요. You can always라는 이 표현을 쓸 때는 그게 가장 좋은 방법이라는 것은 아니에요. 가장 좋은 방법이라는 것은 아니고 최소한 이런 방법은 있다. 다른 건 통하지 않더라도 이런 건 있다. 오케이? Alright. 그러니까 우리말로 이제 약간 그 뉘앙스를 살려서 얘기를 한다면 뭐 이렇게 하는 방법이 있긴 하지. 약간 이런 느낌이에요. 뭐 이렇게 하는 방법이 있긴 하지. 약간 이런 느낌이고요. 그래서 이게 it doesn't mean that it's the best solution. It just means that if all else fails, okay? If all else fails, there's always this. Okay? Alright, so anyway, 그래서 이렇게 얘기를 왠지 하고 해야 될 것 같았어요. 왜냐면 because this is pretty dramatic, right? It's pretty extreme. It's pretty extreme. So, well, you can always try becoming a minimalist or an essentialist. Remove all non-essential appliances, furniture, etc., and also don't do anything unless it's absolutely necessary. Or set up alarms to remind yourself to do things you often forget. Set a specific time. And during that time, say half an hour, you will only do chores and go around the house and make sure you haven't left anything running or leaking. Okay? Okay. Okay, let's comment this and let's move on to the next one, okay? Actually, we're going to take an ad break now. I think we should take an ad break now. And after we take an ad break, we'll come back and I have a few more that we can look at together, okay? All right. All right, let's take an ad break. I'll see you guys at 10 after 10. I'll see you guys at 10 after 10, okay? Enjoy the ad, guys. Enjoy the ad. Yeah, 10 after 10.
I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp, I tiptoe. Fell 1,000
You're not seeing an ad?
But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad. Cheers to my past.
1대1 영어 ad 괜찮네.
Just in case they ask. In the booth and I lay it down. I might take a nap. And they thought I was playing around. I was up like my tax.
Oh, it's still pretty warm.
Over limit on the freeway, hope no cops pass. Had to dip out for a minute, yeah, that's my bad. But I can't stay for too long. I gotta go. I grab my bag and hit the dash. Yeah, adios. I drop the clutch and slam the gas.
It's just some hot water with some honey in it.
You gotta know. Work hard, get dough. I can't get no sleep, please make my life more simple. Miles inside these shoes so I don't stomp.
It's just some water with some honey.
1,000 times and still I roll no limp though. But I wouldn't trade a thing for what I have. I go hard, do what I need to make it last. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad. They say the good die young, I hope I'm bad.
Yeah, we're taking a break at the moment. Oh, you like the long hair? I want to see how long it gets. I want to see how long it gets. 71세 학생이 입장했다고요? Diane? Are you 71? Wow. Diane, are you 71? Oh my gosh. Wow. That's amazing. 노래 제목이요? 지금 노래요? 지금 노래 뭐 나오고 있지? 끝났다. 끝. Good Die Young. Good Die Young. 방금 나왔던 노래가 Good Die Young이고요. It's by NBHD Nick. 좀 전에 광고 타임에 나왔던 음악은 이거였어요. Good Die Young by NBHD Nick. 선생님 오늘 강의 중에 be headed out이라 하셨는데 head out이랑 같다고 봐도 되나요? head out? be headed out가 head out라는 표현을 쓴 거죠. 그 표현을 가져다 쓴 거죠. 그거를 이제 상태로 얘기를 한 거죠. 지금 나가는 길이다. 뭐 I'm on my way out라고 하는 거랑 약간 비슷해요. I'm headed out. Yeah. I'm headed out. Oh, okay. This is your first time commenting. Okay. Oh, thanks for thanks for taking the time to do that. It's nice to have you here. The Good Die Young. Yeah, it's a kind of a it's a scary title, isn't it? The sound of the wind is getting louder. Is it? Is it getting louder? 네, 그래서요. 그 노래를 잘 들어보면은요. 맨 마지막에 이 구절을 외치다가 끝나요. 맞나? 이런 식으로 얘기를 하는 것 같아요. I think. I'm not exactly sure, but 약간 이런 비슷한 얘기를 외치다가 여러 번 외치다가 끝나요. They say that가 아니라 they say that the good die young. I hope I'm bad. They say that the good die young. I hope I'm bad. I think that's what he says. How bad is the rain right now? Is it really bad? All right. 좋은 게 일찍 죽어서 나는 나빴으면 좋겠다. Yeah. 그 얘기죠. 좋은 사람들은 일찍 죽는다고 하니까 나는 나빴으면 좋겠다. What does that mean exactly? I have no idea. I have no idea. I have no idea what that means. 일단 해석은 그렇게 돼요. 해석은 좋은 사람들 일찍 죽는다고 하니까 난 나빴으면 좋겠다. Who knows what that means, right? All right. Okay. So, let's see. I'm the worst at doing something. 이런 표현 여러분도 알고 계시면 좋아요. 실제로 가장 못하는 게 아니더라도 이런 식으로 많이 표현해요. 뭔가 자신이 엄청 못하면은요, 그냥 최상급으로 I'm the worst at doing something. I'm the worst at, thanking someone. I'm the worst at doing something. Between something, 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 I barely have time to do something. 이것도 꽤나 많이 쓰는 그런 문맥이라고 할까요? 뭐랑 뭐랑 사이에서 이렇게 좀 그렇죠. 한국어의 관점에서 봤을 때는 좀 특이한 표현 방식이에요. 이것과 이거 사이에서 나는 뭘 할 시간이 거의 없다. Between work, social life, and other obligations, I barely have time to do something. Between A, B, and C, 그게 꼭 between이라고 했다고 해서 꼭 두 가지만이어야 되는 건 아니라는 거죠. 그렇죠? 딱 봐도 지금 세 개를 나열을 했으니까요. 그렇죠? So between A, B, and C, I barely have time to do something. Okay? 이 between 말고도 with라고 할 수도 있겠죠. With work, social life, and other obligations, I barely have time to maintain my space. 그리고 maintain my space라고 이렇게 표현했다라는 거, 내가 사는 공간을 깨끗하게 유지하다를 잘 정리정돈하다, 이거를 그냥 maintain my space라고 비교적 굉장히 약간 이렇게 얘기를 해도 되나? 뭔가 너무 직설적인데? 라는 느낌이 들더라도 Hey, this person, I assume this person is a native, so sure. Okay. Fall asleep with something running and woke up to my 중요한 게 뭐가 있을까요? I feel like an idiot. idiot라는 안 좋은 말인 것 같지만 뭐 써도 돼요. I feel like an idiot. 저는 이 얘기 혼자만 할 때 많이 써요. I'm such an idiot. I'm such an idiot. No matter how many, 이런 표현 여러분 다들 잘 아시죠? No matter how many, I always, 지금 이런 흐름이죠. No matter, 이런 문맥을 보면 좋아요. No matter how many, I always mess something up. Okay? No matter how hard I try, no matter how much I prepare, I always mess something up. Okay? It feels like everyone except me. It feels like everyone except me. 이런 것도요. 이런 문맥이요. 오케이? 비교적 어려운 건 아니지만 실제로 말을 하려면은 이런 게 잘 안 나오기도 하죠. 그렇죠? It feels like everyone except me. It feels like everyone except me. But I'd appreciate any advice. 네, 그렇죠? 이거는 이제 그 우리가 조언을 구할 때 이렇게 많이 얘기를 해요. 뭐 그 어떤 조언이라도 좋으니까 해달라 이런 얘기를 그렇죠? 그런 느낌이죠. I'd appreciate any advice I could get. I could get 대신에 뭐 you could give me라고 해도 되고요. 상관없고요. 근데 어쨌든 이것도 좋아요. I'd appreciate any advice I could get. Okay. Okay. 자, 원어민이니까요. 그렇죠? 원어민이니까. 이거 우리가 쓴 거네요. 다른 사람은 뭐라고 했죠? Invite people over regularly. You'll claim for them. Hey, this is a pretty good idea. Invite people over regularly. You'll clean for them. Oh, that's yeah, that's really smart. That's clever. Can confirm has worked for me. Wow. Okay. So this person says invite people over regularly. You'll clean for them. And then this person says, oh, I can confirm has worked for me. Yeah. 네. 자기가 이거는 뭐라고 하죠? 자기가 이거는 뭐라고 하지? It's like I can attest to that. Attest to. 아무튼 이거는 내가 검증? 인증할 수 있다. 뭐라 하는 게 맞을까요? Anyway, so has worked for me. 이건 뭐죠? 보장. 보장. 내가 보장할 수. 그쵸. 약간 그런 느낌이 있죠. 약간 그런 느낌이 있네요. Yeah. I suck so bad at cleaning if I'm not expecting company. 여러분 이거 이해되세요? I suck so bad. 그러니까 이게 I'm really bad at cleaning이라고 하는 거랑 똑같은 얘기인데요. 그냥 표현 방식이 약간 다를 뿐이에요. I suck so bad at cleaning if I'm not expecting company. 이게 무슨 말이에요? If I'm not expecting company? suck이요. 형편없는 거요. 형편없는 거요. 뭐 굳이다? 굳이다도 맞을까? 뭐 비슷한가요? 형편없는 거랑 굳이다. 그쵸? If I'm not expecting company. 누군가가 오는 게 아니면은 누군가가 내 집으로 오는 게 아니면은 I suck so bad at cleaning. 네, 사실 cleaning이 능력은 아니지만 그냥 능력처럼 그냥 얘기를 하는 거긴 하죠. 그쵸? 어쨌든. Yeah. I invited friends over last weekend for this exact reason. I invited friends over last weekend for this exact reason. 잠깐만요. 이게 그렇게 흔히 쓰는 방법이라고요? 진짜로 잠깐만. I mean, that can't be true. 진짜로 그 이유 때문에 친구를 초대한다고요? Does that really happen? Do people really do that? 진짜요? 인디언 밤님도 그렇게 하세요? 진짜로요? 헐, 애나킴님도요? But not for that exact reason. Okay. 그러니까 누가 오기로 하면 치우는 건 맞는데, but you don't invite someone just for that reason. 물론 오면 치우죠. Everybody does that. But you don't invite someone just for that reason, right? All right. Oh my gosh, what is this? Make sure your carbon monoxide detector is working? Okay, I think this person is kind of trolling. This person is kind of trolling here. Okay. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next one, okay? Okay, I don't know if any of you would be interested in this, but there was a point in my life when I was really trying hard to do this. So how to incentivize myself to head to bed earlier. What is this? What does this mean? How to incentivize myself to head to bed earlier. How to incentivize myself to head to bed earlier. Incentivize. Is this really a word? Yeah, it's a word. It means provide with an incentive. 그러니까 incentive의 동사형이에요. incentive의 동사형이요. incentivize. 인센티브를 주다. 인센티브를 주다. Yeah, it's kind of like rewarding myself. 그러니까 reward를 줌으로써 그렇게 하도록 이제 유도를 하는 거, 그걸 얘기를 하는 거죠. Okay, so let's go through the actual post, okay? So, just tired of getting little to no sleep. My main issue is the device I'm writing this from. I find it hard to just set my phone down, and when I do, it's nearby because it's my alarm clock. Plus, having a partner with an opposite schedule is hard. It's easier to fall asleep quickly when they're here, of course. Huh? It's easier to fall asleep quickly when they're here, of course. Okay. All right. So did you understand that? So this person is just tired of getting little to no sleep. My main issue is the device I'm writing this from. I find it hard to just set my phone down, and when I do, it's nearby because it's my alarm clock. Plus, having a partner with an opposite schedule is hard. It's easier to fall asleep quickly when they're here, of course. Okay, so 누정 효과님 says you definitely have to leave your phone turned off and out in the living room when you go to bed. But this person is using it as his alarm clock. So should this person get the person should get an alarm clock. 알람 시계를 따로 구비해라. 어떻게 하죠? 따로 치미님 왜 그걸 한국어로 쓰세요? 그거를 왜 한국어로 쓰세요? Get an alarm clock separately? No. 그렇게 쓰면 안 돼요. 그렇게 쓰는 거 아니에요. separately 하게 그거를 get 해라가 아니라 별도의 alarm clock을 get 해라라고 얘기를 해야 돼요. 별도의 alarm clock. 그쵸? Get a separate alarm clock이라고 해야 되죠. Get a separate alarm clock. Get a separate alarm clock. Get a separate alarm clock. Just get a separate alarm clock. 왜 이렇게 발음이 어렵지? Just get a separate alarm clock. 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 발음 진짜 어렵네요. Just get a separate alarm clock. What else? Just get a separate alarm clock. Extra? Okay. extra도 말은 되는데요. extra는 이제 추가를 한다라는 그런 느낌이거든요. 근데 저는 separate라는 말이 여기서 더 어울린다라고 생각하는 게 스마트폰과는 그게 따로 되어 있는, 그게 분리되어 있는 그것과는 그게 별도로 되어 있는 약간 그런 의미가 여기서는 좀 더 필요할 것 같거든요. Because that's the point. The point of getting another alarm clock is to separate it from the smartphone, right? So I feel like it's better to say separate. So just get a separate alarm clock. Okay? All right, just get a separate alarm clock. What's the question? The question is how to incentivize myself to head to bed earlier. Just tired of getting little to no sleep. My main issue is the device I'm writing this from. I find it hard to just set my phone down, and when I do, it's nearby because it's my alarm clock. Plus having a partner with an opposite schedule is hard. It's easier to... So basically they're asking, what can they do to make them go to bed earlier? 선착순 100명이요? How is that related to this? 이거랑 무슨 상관이죠? Do not use cell phone. Have a baby. Have a baby. Have a baby. Get up early and work out a lot. Okay, so how about this? Find a way to make yourself extra tired at the end of the day. Like exercising, like working out really hard. Is that okay? In my case, I do some have a hectic day. Try becoming a morning person. Get enough exercise during the day. Make yourself tired, but that person is already really tired. Running. Make life a sticker book. Listening to soothing music. Or how about this? I just thought of something. Put your phone on airplane mode. So if you put your phone on airplane mode, you don't have internet connection, but the alarm still works, right? 아닌가? 비행기 모드로 하면은 그거 뭐지? 그 시간도 안 되나? 시간은 돼요. Okay. All right. So put your phone on airplane mode, and just try hard not to disable it. 그렇죠? 그렇죠. 비행기 모드를 푸는 게 문제인데 그래서 and just try hard not to disable it. Put your phone on airplane mode and just try hard not to disable it. Okay, so anyway, 지금 하시는 얘기들이 뭐 대체적으로 지금 여기 나와 있는 것 같아요, 그렇죠? Just get a separate alarm clock. Find a way to make yourself extra tired at the end of the day, like working out really hard. And put your phone on airplane mode and just try hard not to disable it. Don't play with your phone. Take a medication like melatonin? Oh, okay. Take something. Take something이라고만 해도 그게 약이라는 의미이기 때문에요. 그냥 이렇게만 하면 돼요. Take something. That'll help you sleep. Drink. Drink. 네, 맞아요. 그 얘기긴 한데요. 그러니까, but basically the person is asking how. 그러니까 어찌됐든 하는 방법이기만 하면 될 것 같아요. So I don't think it necessarily has to be something like in the form of a reward. 꼭 그게 어떤 보상의 어떤 그런 어떤 advice가 아니어도 괜찮을 것 같아요. Because the person is not, the main concern is not being able to go to bed early, right? So yeah, I think it's the same thing. It's basically the same thing. Okay, I think that's good enough. I mean, this one wasn't, there really is no easy way, right? Okay. Set your phone light dark. Your eyes feel comfortable. That make you sleep. Oh, okay. So dim. You mean dim. dim이라는 단어가 있죠. Dim your screen. Dim your phone screen, and it'll help you fall asleep? Oh, okay. Okay. 내기하다 뭐죠? 내기를 하다. 친구랑 내기를 하다. 네, dim, D-I-M 맞아요. Dim your phone screen. Dim the screen. 오케이, bet는 내기고요. 내기를 하다를 어떻게 하죠? 내기를 하다. 누구랑 내기를 하다? Make a bet. Make a bet. Yes, make a bet with your friend. 아까 내용이 뭐였죠? 친구랑 내기해서 5시에 일어난 거 인증사진 서로 보내기. 안 하면 벌금 $1. Okay. Well, you know, there is a way around that. I mean, because you could just get 1 or 2 hours of sleep, get up, take a quick photo, send it to your friend, and you can go back to sleep. You know, so there is a way around that. 그거는 so you know, that's easy to cheat. It's so easy to cheat. 그죠? 그죠? 밤새고 사진 찍을 수도 있잖아요. 그죠? That's right. All right. Okay. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one. I thought this was kind of an interesting one. I think it's going to be hard to find an answer or give any sort of advice, but let's take a look at this. How do I shut the fuck up? 여러분 상상이 되세요? 이게 무슨 내용일지? 무슨 내용일지 이게 상상이 되세요? How do I shut the fuck up? Can you imagine what this is about? Can you imagine what this is about? How do I shut the fuck up? 그쵸? 이건 것 같아요. 저도 이건 것 같아요. So let's take a look, okay? Let's take a look. I have a problem with talking about stuff I have very small knowledge about. And also, when discussing, I use arguments that don't quite fit into the topic. I've had this problem for a while, and before going to a psychologist, 관사 빠졌어요, I would like to read about it here on this sub. Thank you for all the advice. I truly appreciate it. 이해되셨나요? 이해되셨나요? Again, I have a problem with talking about stuff I have very small knowledge about. And also, when discussing, I use arguments that don't quite fit into the topic. I've had this problem for a while, and before going to a psychologist, I would like to read about it here on this sub. So, it's not quite what we thought it would be. 저희가 딱 생각했던 그런 건 아니네요. 그렇죠? On this sub요. 그 Reddit 용어예요. 이 subreddit. 이게 이제 Reddit라는 그 이제 큰 사이트가 reddit.com이면은 거기에서 이제 subcategory로 나누어지잖아요. 그 subcategory들을 그냥 sub이라고 많이 얘기를 해요. Okay? So they call it subreddit. But anyway, yeah. So, let's see. 그쵸. 약간 이런 느낌이 있어요. 내용 파악이 안 되어도 조금만 아는 게 나오면 마구 말한다. 그러니까, so, alright, let's see. 이 부분이요. 제가 하이라이트를 좀 해볼게요. Talking about stuff I have very small knowledge about. 이게 무슨 얘기예요? 무슨 말이죠, 이게? 그쵸. 잘 모르는데 아는 척 하는 타입. Yes, that's right. 살짝 관종병이 있어서 어디 무슨 주제든 자신이 나서지 않으면 못 참는. 그쵸. 약간 그런 경향도 있을 수도 있고요. 그쵸. 잘 알지도 못하는 주제에 아는 척하고 떠들고. Yeah, okay. So, 자, 여러분 보세요. 지금 이런 거를 보면서요. 그런 사람에 대해서 얘기를 이런 식으로 할 수가 있어요. 여러분이 그걸 좀 의식적으로 이거를 봤으면 좋겠어요. 아, 잘 알지도 못하는 것에 대해서 막 떠드는 사람에 대해서 묘사를 이런 식으로 할 수가 있구나. A person who talks about stuff that he or she has very small knowledge about. Okay? Okay? 물론 이렇게 하는 방법만 있는 건 아니에요. 다르게도 물론 말을 할 수는 있지만. Okay? So, again, I have a problem with talking about stuff I have very small knowledge about. Why is this so funny? 이게 왜 이렇게 웃기죠? 아, 부장님이 그러면 안 되는데. 그렇죠? And also, 자, 이건 뭐죠? 그러면은 when discussing, I use arguments that don't quite fit into the topic. When discussing, I use arguments that don't quite fit into the topic. What is that? 그쵸? 그러니까 I use arguments라는 것은요. 그쵸? 그러니까 결국에는 그거죠. 그러니까 뭔가에 대해서 이제 discussing을 할 때, 의논을 하거나 뭔가에 대해서 이제 토론을 하거나 할 때 그 주제, 그러니까 상황이랑 그 맥락이랑, 그쵸? 제가 봤을 땐, 제가 느끼기에는 이 사람이 하고 싶은 얘기는 맥락이랑 어울리지 않는 그런 약간 그런 기준으로 말을 한다. 그런 주장을 한다. 약간 그런 느낌이 있어요. 그쵸? 뭔가 그 맥락이랑 맞지 않는 주장을 한다라는 그런 느낌의 얘기예요, 지금. I've had this problem for a while. 여러분, 이런 거는 그냥 이대로 외우시는 거예요. I've had this problem for a while. 이게 뭐예요? I've had this problem for a while. I've had this problem for a while. What is this? I've had this problem for a while. 그쵸? 약간 그쵸? 이런 논점에서 벗어난 얘기를 한다. 그쵸? 그런 얘기죠. Yes. 그쵸. This is a very good way to translate it. 그쵸? 이거죠. 이런지 좀 됐다. 이게 지금 problem이라고 해서 꼭 문제를 얘기를 하는 게 아니라 지금 앞뒤 맥락이 있기 때문에 그냥 단순하게 이런지 좀 됐다. 그쵸? 좀 더 이제 그대로 얘기를 하면은 이 문제가 생긴 지 좀 됐다. 이 문제를 꽤 한동안 지금 계속 가지고 있다 그런 얘기인데 어쨌든. And before going to a psychologist, 이 사람은 지금 심지어 정신과 의사에게 갈 생각도 있는 거예요. 근데 그러기 전에 I would like to read about it here on this sub. Okay? So, I don't know. This seems like a really difficult problem. How does one deal with this? How does one deal with this? 그쵸, 이런지 좀 됐다. 그쵸, yeah. Yeah, this is a really big start, isn't it? 이것만 해도 엄청나게 큰 벌써 시작 아닌가요? 책을 읽어라. That's interesting. That's an interesting approach. Think one more time before you say anything. Just zip your mouth and listen. It's not that hard. Wow. I actually like this. I actually like this one. Oh my gosh. Whew, that's like a very straight arrow. 책이 문제가 아니라 자존감을 쌓아야지. I guess the OP should suppress his ego a bit. To win the argument or get the attention and try to listen and learn from others. Well, easier said than done, right? Easier said than done. I mean, let's think about it in a more realistic way. I mean, what is a good way? I mean, of course, what you're saying is all right. It's all really good advice. But How does one do it? How does one do that? How does one do that? Original poster. Original poster. OP means original poster. It's a very common online term, online terminology. 그 온라인상에서 많이 쓰는 그 용어예요. OP는 original poster. 최초 글 게시자. To listen others more than you. Okay. I mean, that's good advice. It's good advice, but how does one do that? Imagine yourself being so embarrassed when you go to bed and simply shut up. Imagine yourself being so embarrassed. I don't know. Sure, of course. I mean, yeah, but people like this person, they don't really see it that way. You know, they don't really have that sort of thinking process. You know. 말하기 전에 열만 세보세요. 이미 다른 얘기를 넘어가고 있어서 더 이상 못 끼어들. Okay, so you see, this is actually a very realistic, a very practical strategy, something that the person can practice on a very realistic, on a really very practical level, right? I mean, the person doesn't have to change themselves internally, but just it's a strategy they can actually put into practice, right? 실제로 그거를 실천에 옮길 수 있는 그런 거잖아요. 10가지 세라. 무슨 말을 하기 전에 10가지 세라. 물론 이제 그거조차도 쉽진 않겠지만. Okay, so I think I want to add that. Try making it a habit of counting to 10 before you say anything. Okay, 일단 여기까지 일단 써놓을게요. Try making it a habit, making it a habit of counting to 10. When somebody says something, you can try expressing sympathy, not your opinion. I like this one. I like this one. It's practical. When responding to something that someone says. Okay, so when somebody says something, focus on expressing sympathy and empathy rather than giving your opinion. That's a good one. That's a really good one, I think. What do you guys think? When someone says something, focus on expressing sympathy and empathy rather than giving your opinion. That's actually a good one because it's practical, because the person can focus on what they're going to say, right? So they don't really have to change themselves fundamentally, but they can actually just focus on talking about something in a certain way. You know? Yeah, that's actually a good idea. Okay, so let me read this again. Try making it a habit of doing something. Make it a habit of doing something. Try making it a habit of counting to 10 before you say anything. That's actually a good one too. Giving yourself time to think about what you would have said And then the second one is when somebody says something, focus on expressing sympathy and empathy rather than giving your opinion. Sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Yikes. Sorry about that. If you can't seem to stop talking, the only logical solution would be to become more knowledgeable. How about that? Oh, eat something. This is the best advice so far, I think. This is the best advice so far. Eat something. Yeah. Keep your mouth full. When talking to someone. Yeah. This is wow, this is really good. This is really good. Keep your mouth full when talking to someone. Keep a bag of potato chips with you. In case you ever talk to someone. How about that? Keep your mouth full when talking to someone. Oh my gosh. Okay. All right. So I think that's good enough. Let's comment and let's move on. This one is too serious. Oh, actually, the next one is quite serious too. Let's see. I don't like that one. Whew, this is really hard, isn't it? Okay, but I think that some of you may be able to. I think this story might resonate with some of you. So let's read it, okay? So the topic is the title is "How do you know what you want?" Oof. It's very philosophical, isn't it? How do you know what you want? Yeah, how do you know what you want? But let's try. Let's give it a try. Let's give it a read, okay? Let's give it a read. Looking for some insights. For a long time, I've neglected my own boundaries and desires to take care of others. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? For a long time, I've neglected my own boundaries and desires to take care of others. Does that make sense? Okay. More recently, I've done work on setting boundaries, relieving myself of responsibilities that don't belong to me, and addressing some possible codependency. Now that's a little bit harder. Does that make sense to you? More recently, I've done work on setting boundaries, relieving myself of responsibilities that don't belong to me, and addressing some possible codependency. No? 그러니까 결국에는 좀 더 최근에 와서는 그런 것들을 좀 더 챙기려고 노력을 하고 있다는 얘기예요. 노력을 해왔다. 최근에는 setting boundaries. 그러니까 뭘 내가 하고 안 하고에 대한 경계를 좀 더 세우고 내 자신을 실제로 나한테는 없는 그런 책임을 지는 것으로부터 내 자신을 좀 더 풀어주고, 그러니까 좀 더 그거로부터 좀 자유로워지고, okay? And addressing some possible codependency. 이건 좀 어렵죠. 그러니까 이게 한쪽으로 치우쳐진 그런 의지하는 거 있죠. 네, 그러니까 너무 한쪽으로 치우쳐진 그런 의지하는 거 있죠. 너무 한쪽으로 dependent한 거 있죠. 그거를 좀 더 codependent 하게 할 수 있도록 그 문제를 이제 address 한다라는 얘기예요. 오케이? 뭐 크게 중요한 표현은 아니에요. 그냥. 오케이? 그러니까 좀 더 그러니까 좀 더 이제 균형을 이제 잡아가기 위한 그런 걸 얘기를 하는 거예요. Right? Yes. Yes. 그러니까 codependency. Right? Right. Okay. 그다음에요. Now that I've found fewer crises and less impulse to try to fix things for others, I find it hard to know what I want and what I like. co라는 게 이제 상호, 서로. 네, 그런 얘기예요. 오케이? 그거를 이제 address 하는 거예요. Right? Okay. 이어서 보면은요. Now that I've found fewer crises and less impulse. Fewer crises and less impulse to try to fix things for others. 그러니까 남의 문제를 고치려는 그런 충동을 이제 덜 느끼고 그리고 이제 crisis가 이제 덜해진 거죠. 그런 상황에서 이제 좀 더 이제 여유가 생긴 거죠. 그런 상황에서 I find it hard to know what I want and what I like. I find it hard to know what I want and what I like. Even small things like what I want to have for dinner seem like hard questions. It's much easier to go with what someone else wants. Okay? 전체적으로 내용은 이해되시죠? Okay. I had a feeling that most of you would understand, and this really resonates with some of you, doesn't it? Right? Okay. All right. 네, 맞아요. 지금 다 이해하신 것 같아요. 남 신경 쓰다가 자기가 뭘 좋아하고 해야 하는지 잘 모르겠다라는 거예요. 그러니까 남을 위해서 희생적으로 계속 살아오다가 그런 거를 이제 노력해서 어느 정도 해소를 했는데 그래서 나의 자유를 좀 얻었는데 막상 그러고 나니까 내가 뭘 원하고 이런 것에 대한 걸 잘 모르겠다라는 거예요. 하다 못해 내가 저녁으로 뭘 먹고 싶은 건지 그것조차도 생각하는 것 자체가 결정을 못 하겠어요. 왜냐하면 너무 남이 뭘 원하는지에 대해서만 생각을 해왔기 때문에. Okay? Well, philosophical, yes, in a way, I think, but it's a very realistic concern, I think. It's a very realistic concern. This article makes me think a lot. Go see a psychiatrist. Actually, I think this is a really, really good method. This is a really good solution, I think. Yeah. Just start saying what you want, small one, like what you want to eat dinner without any interrupting. Just start small one thing. Okay, so I think that's probably the most popular opinion right now. Start with, okay, let's see a doctor. That's probably the best advice that I would give this person. Start making small decisions for yourself. Practice. Start by making very small decisions for yourself. And slowly move on to bigger things. 일단 여러분이 말씀하신 거를 어느 정도 여기 해서요. Oh, this is actually this is really clever. What do you guys think? This is actually really clever. It actually turn the perspective around. Turn the perspective around. Yeah. Instead of focusing on what you want, try approaching it from the other way around. Start crossing out what you don't want or want to do. That's actually really smart, yeah. Yeah. So try approaching it the other way around. Start crossing out what you don't want or want to do. Or don't want to do. Yeah. Hey, how do you know this is a woman? How do you know this is a woman? Is it because of okay, the person's name, the OP's name is Specialist Donkey. So how do you know it's how do you know it's a woman? You know? You just know? You just know? 지금 이거랑 그리고 아까 누구지? 이거랑 그러니까 좀 이기적으로 해라. 그리고 잠깐 뭐였지? 오늘 당장 혼자 맛있는 거 사 먹어라. 이런 얘기를 듣다 보니까 갑자기 생각이 난 게 있는데 how about this? Try doing some things that are obviously very selfish. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I think this is what some of you are trying to say. I think this is what some of you are trying to say. Try doing some things that are obviously very selfish. You need to get used to doing things solely for yourself. Things solely for yourself. Yeah. I think that some of you were trying to say this. Okay. All right. So I think we can leave it at like this. See a doctor. Practice. Start by making a very small decision for yourself and slowly move on to bigger things. Try approaching it the other way around. Start crossing out what you don't want or don't want to do. Try doing some things that are obviously very selfish. You need to get used to doing things solely for yourself. Does traveling alone help in this regard? If OP has a gut, had the gut라고 해야 돼요, 지수연이. Had the gut to be outrightly selfish, this person wouldn't ask this question. Well, I mean, that's true also, right? Experience and face the mood when you do selfish things. Be bad. Be bad. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the short version of this. Yeah, howl at the moon. Go on the top of the mountain and howl at the moon. Yeah? 이게 뭐죠? 어머님은 짜장면이 싫다고 하셨어? I wonder what that is. 오케이. 지금 여러분이 이거에 대해서 나름 이제 써서 지금 이제 채팅창에 쓰고 그랬잖아요. 그것 중에서 이제 전혀 물론 지금 제가 쓴 거에 반영이 안 된 것도 있지만 여러분 기억하세요. 제가 어디에서 이걸 하는지 알려드렸죠? 심지어 링크까지 드렸죠? 지금 보고 있는 이거 링크도 지금 여기 달아볼게요. 오케이. 물론 이제 하려면 아마 여러분이 뭐 회원 가입해야 되고 하는 과정이 있어야겠지만 네, 그런 게 귀찮다고 이런 걸 전혀 안 하면은요 그냥 또 안 하게 되는 거예요. 그냥 계속 공부만 하게 되는 거예요. 어쨌든 중요한 건 여러분이 내가 쓴 거 그래도 나름 괜찮은 댓글인 것 같아. 그럼 여기에다가 쓰세요. Write it here. 오케이, 직접 여러분이 여기 들어가셔서 여기다 쓰시는 거예요. 오케이? 그러면은 다른 사람들이 여러분의 댓글에 대해서 댓글을 또 달 수 있는 거고요. 아니면은 뭐 하다못해 그 OP로부터 감사의 어떤 그런 댓글이 올 수도 있고. 어쨌든 중요한 거는 여러분이 이렇게 지금 저희가 하는 거는요. 이거를 하는 것 자체가 중요하다기보다는 여러분이 이런 식으로 하라는 거를 지금 보여드리는 거예요. 여러분 스스로. 가서 여러분이 관심 있는 그런 토픽을 찾아서 거기에 가서 그런 글들을 보고요. 그런 거 보고 여러분이 관심 있는 부분이 있으니까 그런 거에 대해서 여러분이 가서 여러분 생각도 공유하고 이런 식으로 interaction, communication을 하는 게 I think that's really important. Okay? That is not a reason for you not to do it. 언젠가는 해야 돼요. 그리고 그 언젠가는 너무 먼 미래가 되면 안 돼요. 오케이? 그 언젠가는 하셔야 돼요. 언제나 다른 사람의 등에 업혀서 계속 갈 수는 없어요. At some point, you're gonna have to start walking on your own. Okay? You can't be a toddler forever. Okay? At some point, you're gonna have to let go of that hand and start walking and running on your own. Okay? 댓글이요? 오케이, 한번 해볼게요. Let's see. 잠깐만. 이거를 지금 저희가 하고 있는 여기서요. 여기다가요. 오케이. 이거 됐고요. 그 다음에 How do I shut the fuck up? 여기서 이런 얘기 했었죠. 잠깐만. 오케이, 이것도 복사해 놓고요. Just give me a second here. Just give me a second, you guys. Just give me 1 second. 이건 뭐지? Oh, how do I incentivize heading to bed earlier? Okay. 오케이, 그리고 이건 뭐죠? How can I get better at living alone? Okay. Oh. Yeah. And 이거 했고.
Yeah, I'm watching the rise, and I wouldn't say I'm shocked, cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I make it, just needed some time. This
이거는
one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side.
Alright. 지금
This one's for the grind, I knew it would happen, just had to strengthen my mind. To the
지금부터
videos, I thought
잠시
it was a black
뒤면은
guy.
지금 보고 계시는 영상 아래 설명란 부분에 저희가 같이 만들어서 댓글 단 거 있죠. 그 댓글들을 제가 다 텍스트로 해놨으니까요.
Let's have a toast to that. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones.
OP요? Okay, why not? I guess I
Let's
can
have
do
a
that.
toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the they done baptized the bad guy. Still don't follow religion. The fabric's not average. The cotton's Egyptian. 500 for the shoes come dirty, but the European. Less is more and less is the bank. Up the score, I pull up from trade. From the tray, I'm ballin' like trade. Do what I can, I do what you can't. I wrote this 30,000 feet up. 10 toes stay G'd up. I'm tryna get that type of wealth like a house on the hills can't see us. Say the money still me up. Stay humble, stay teed up. I don't tell you how to live, so don't hit me with no weak stuff. And if you know the deal, then you know the deal. If it's real, then you know it's real. Toast. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Let's have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real. Let's have a toast for the real ones. Have a toast for the real.
This is too smooth. I honestly didn't even really want to say anything on this, but that's what the people want. That's what I came here for. So we're gonna get into it.
That's number 4.
I like my coffee black, wife too. Don't turn this to no controversy. It's my boo. I could make $250,000 off a haiku, and I could make another quarter off it times 2. If it's money on the
Fine.
table, I'll be on it like Bobby or Epic. You peep the aesthetic, it's hard to forget it. I hear
That
you
one
talking,
was
but you're
hard.
hardly right. I'm the voice of your prototype. Summertime and then why? Yeah. Summertime and then why? It's too cool. Get the drop tops out. Summertime and then why? Get them fits right. Bottles over here. Summertime and then why? Ladies over here. Summertime and then why? tea times. 18 with the mayor talking land banks. I waited for it, gotta get
하나 더
mine.
있었는데 이건
Snag
안
a
하기
seat up at the table if my man came.
So
Heading
far.
to a meeting, we're familiar with no briefcase. Just my mind in a free state. I got a plan
Okay,
through a vision, but
yeah,
it
that's
takes
it.
time. I'ma
That's it
make
today, you guys.
mine. Summertime and it
What time is it? Ooh, it's way past our regular 11 o'clock, right? It's way past 11 o'clock. I think it's time to go now. Okay. All right. Thanks for joining, you guys. Do you have... No, I don't think we have time for any questions. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. 그 다시 얘기하지만 여러분이 이런데 직접 찾아가서 회원 가입도 하고 이런 거를 너무 할 수만 있다면 꼭 한번 해보시고요. 그리고 여러분도 많이 읽어보고요. 여러분의 생각도 많이 공유를 하고요. 그리고 여러분이 갖고 계시는 고민도 얼마든지 직접 뭐 꼭 고민이 아니더라도 그냥 if there's something that you want to share, anything, any advice that you have about anything, you can share it here and people will respond. Okay. All right. Thanks for coming by. I will see you all next time in a future live stream or in a future lesson video. Okay.
Dibble and dabble a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Alright, so conscious. When I kiss you, I get a spark. Your body a work of art. Horny thoughts after dark. Used to stay up late to just talk. We was moving fast, trying not to get caught. Damn, your skin so soft. Let me open up your heart, cause life too short till death do its part. Knew it from the start, you be the one I'm pushing carts with. In the supermarket, you know I love to start shit. Took you to my crib, eating aki and some sawfish. Breakfast in the morning, making waffles and some sausage. Girl, you blow my mind like a Nintendo game cartridge. And when I'm not around, yeah, I think about you often. Sometimes I need my space, cause I don't like the force shit. Took you on vacation, had you swimming with the dolphins. Living in the barrel, now we got our own apartment. Used to be scared that somebody probably walk in like, oh shit. But planting flowers in your garden, I know y'all told you one day we'll be ballin', ballin', yeah. Other girls, they be swarming. I'm just trying to make sure that you all in. So tell me if you want it. Yeah, tell me if you want this. Yeah, tell me if you want it. Tell me if you want this. Yeah, tell me if you want it. Yeah, tell me if you want this.
From prom dates to calm days to trips that last a lifetime, to being on and off, feel like we really trying to buy time. From sneaking round state to state, driving in them white lines, to sharing our own bed, sleeping with you at the nighttime. Roof over our heads, you the queen inside this kingdom. Cooking with you in the kitchen, our song come on, then we sing one. Back and forth like ping pong, I'm in love with your wisdom. I always told you soon, cause to those who wait, good things come. So come right here, let me spin you round. This feels sincere, love, yeah. Like a souvenir, I'll cherish you, yeah. I'll cherish you, yeah. Under the chandelier, yeah. Girl, you're shining through, yeah. Treat it like a world premiere. Playing in that role while I'll lead you there. Yeah, I do it. Shit, you want me to? So